Imagine this. You're out in the golden hour, the light fading fast, and your camera nails every shot without breaking a sweat. Sharp details in the shadows, vibrant colors that pop, and autofocus that tracks your subject like it's reading your mind. That's not a dream. That's the Sony A7V, the hybrid powerhouse that's about to redefine what full-frame photography and videography can be in 2025. Welcome to the deep dive on the most anticipated camera leak of the year. If you've been holding out on upgrading your gear, stick with me because by the end of this, you'll know exactly why the A7V isn't just an update. It's a revolution for creators like you. Let's rewind a bit to set the stage. Sony's Alpha 7 series kicked off back in 2013 with the original A7, a game-changer that squeezed full-frame power into a body smaller than your average DSLR. It was clunky at first, sure, but it sparked a mirrorless explosion. Fast forward to the A7 IV in 2021. That beast balanced 33 megapixels of resolution with 4K video at 60 frames per second, all for under $3,000. It became the go-to for wedding shooters, travel vloggers, and pro portrait artists because it did everything well without the insane price tag of flagships like the A1. But here's the truth. For years later, the market's evolved. Canon's R5 Mark II is slinging 8K like candy. Nikon's Z6 III is nailing low light like nobody's business. And everyone's chasing that perfect hybrid sweet spot. Sony knows this, and whispers from insiders say they've been cooking up the A7V to reclaim the crown. And based on these fresh leaks, they're not messing around. Picture the buzz right now. It's November 2025, and reliable sources like Sony Alpha Rumors are dropping bombshells. Announcement hits early December, maybe the 5th, with a tiny first batch shipping before Christmas. Yeah, you heard that right. Santa might just deliver your dream rig under the tree if you pre-order fast. Price: hovering right around $2,999 body only, keeping it accessible for serious amateurs while packing pro-level punches. But what makes this leak so electric isn't the date or dollars. It's the specs that promise to bridge the gap between enthusiast and elite. Start with the heart of any camera: the sensor. The A7V sticks with a 33 megapixel full-frame BSI CMOS. But don't yawn yet. This isn't a lazy carryover from the A7 IV. Leaks point to a tweaked design, possibly partially stacked for faster readout speeds, boosting dynamic range by a full stop and slashing rolling shutter distortion in video. Think about it. In low light, where the A7 IV tops out at ISO 32,000 before noise creeps in, the A7V could push to 51,200 with cleaner files. That means night street photography in New York alleys or astrophotography under starry Midwest skies. Details that used to require stacking shots now come straight out of camera. And for color science? Sony's dialing in richer skin tones and more accurate greens, calibrated against their cinema line, so your portraits don't need half the post-processing. Now, power that sensor with the brain. A new Bions XR processor, upgraded with an AI coprocessor ripped from the A12 playbook. This isn't gimmicky face detection. It's real-time subject recognition that IDs humans, animals, birds, insects, even vehicles or trains, with 95% accuracy in cluttered scenes. Imagine shooting a wildlife safari, a cheetah blurring at 40 miles an hour, and the A7V locks on, predicts movement, and fires bursts without a single miss. Stills shooters, get ready for 20 frames per second in electronic shutter mode, up from 10 on the 4, with blackout-free viewing. That's 200 raw files in 10 seconds, perfect for sports or action where timing is everything. And the buffer? Expanded to 1,000 frames, so you won't choke mid-rally. Autofocus deserves its own spotlight because Sony's been the king here, and the A7V wears the crown taller. 759 phase detection points covering 94% of the frame, now with deep learning algorithms that adapt to your shooting style over time. It learns your habits. If you're a bird photographer, it prioritizes feathers over fur. Real-world test leaks from prototypes show it sticking to eyes in backlit portraits like glue, even through fog or rain. Paired with that, stabilization jumps to 8 stops of IBIS, letting you handhold at 1/4 second for landscapes or nail-sharp moon shots at 400 millimeters. Forget tripods for most gigs. This thing's your steadiest sidekick. Flip to video, and oh boy, hybrid creators, this is where the A7V flexes hardest. 4K up to 120 frames per second uncropped. No more letterboxing or crop factors stealing your wide angles. That's buttery slow-mo for action vlogs or cinematic dream sequences without the heat throttling that plagued older models. Internal 10-bit 4:2:2 log recording with S, log 3,